we discuss and think about American history, the Revolution is a very crucial part of it. However, what led up to it is just as important. If the colonists of British North America would have given in to the determined acts of Great Britain, then America as we know it would not exist. However, the colonists persistently disagreed with all the British did to suppress them, and therefore took matters into their own hands. There were many disagreements that occurred between the British Parliament and the colonists before entering into the Revolutionary War. The colonists believed that they should not be taxed without proper representation, what we know as no taxation without representation. The British authorities believed that the colonists already had the same rights as Englishmen, and still needed to pay for taxes to help support wars and other British entities. The biggest push towards the American Revolution was the heavy taxing that kept occurring, and the colonists still resisting. The Stamp Act of 1765, the Township Tariffs of 1767, and the Tea Act of 1773 all had a role in the growing tensions that led to many protests by the colonists. Since many colonists did not approve of these acts, there was swift and forceful resistance to these imperial legislations. When the Stamp Act went into effect on the first day, colonists made sure taxes could not be collected. The colonists kept resisting all the taxes British government tried to put on them, because they demanded the same rights as other British subjects before being taxed. Again, British royals felt that the colonists were already being properly represented, even though in actuality they were not. Finally, in 1770, this colonial resistance led to violence, and the Boston Massacre occurred. British soldiers opened fire on a mob of colonists, killing 5 people altogether. This not only outraged the colonists, but the British as well, who again imposed more taxes onto the colonists. The Tea Act of 1773 brought about even more anger from the colonists. They did not want cheap tea flooding the colonies and ruining businesses for others. Therefore, on December in 1773, a band of Bostonians dressed as Mohawk Indians boarded British ships and dumped 342 chests of tea into Boston Harbor. Because again, Parliament thought the colonists were rebelling and not acting appropriately, they passed even more measures that in turn added more antagonism to the already outraged colonists. The intolerable acts were designed to reassert imperial authority in Massachusetts, but this may have added more tensions between the colonists and the British Parliament that led up to the Revolutionary War. As you can see, the American Revolution came about from built tension and decades of conflicting ideas between the British authorities and colonists.